everybody. Welcome in. Happy Feel Good Friday to ya. I hope you're having a wonderful Friday so far. Hope you're staying warm. Hope you're staying dry. There's lots of rain out there. At least in my part of the country, there's lots of rain. It's kind of gross, but that's okay. It means that I can stay inside. I can bundle up and work on something fun. And hopefully I've got something to inspire you to do the same today. So welcome in. Hi, Miss Bonnie. Hi, Hazel. Mary is here. Hello, hello. How are ya? All right. Raina's here. Debbie. Hi, Sandy. It's so good to see you guys. Very warm in Florida. It's been a kind of a weird roller coaster here in Tennessee. We've had really cold, we've had snow, we have had rain, we have had humidity, we have had thunder. It's warmed up a little bit just to drop right back off again. Like it is 100% just like a weather roller coaster. Like we've just done all the things and it's not even winter yet. We've done all the things. So oh my goodness. Hi, Kathleen. How are you? Hi, Miss Wendy. So good to see you guys. All right. So let's get into it, shall we? You guys, I wasn't heavy-handed on the red and green, but there is red and green in today's show. I just can't help myself. I love Christmas. I just can't help myself. So I have, I've got a necklace. I've got a couple of bracelets for you guys and earrings. I've got several pairs of earrings. Actually, there's 4 pairs of earrings. 2 of them go with 2 of the bracelets that are in today's show. I also have a maker mix, which I haven't done in a while. So it's a pretty one. Looking forward to showing you guys all of the things that I have in store. I do want to remind you that next week's live schedule will be a little different, and we'll talk about that more on Tuesday. But we are getting together on Tuesday, and Tuesday, you guys, for next week is the Bargain Bead Box Companion Bundle. Mine arrived yesterday, so I've got it. I'm ready to go. And that is the plan for next Tuesday. So we will be meeting at least once next week. But I will update you on the schedule when we reconvene on Tuesday of next week. Let's see, what else do I need to tell you guys? Patreon is open for enrollment. Anytime you want to be a Patreon subscriber, you can do so. I mention it because I uploaded a Patreon project last night using the Bargain Bead Box. So if you need a little more inspiration for the Bargain Bead Box for November, I used it in a project last night on Patreon that's very, very different than the project that we did on Tuesday. And I think it's very cool to see the versatility that is available in the assortment that Bargain Bead Box puts together. So if you want to see that in action, that is in Patreon. I will also be uploading a Patreon next week, which probably will feature the companion bundle as well. So just in case you're interested in joining Patreon, it's a nice little holiday gift to yourself. Patreon is $10 a month, and those $10 a month will get you an additional 3 projects from me that are uploaded monthly. Not in a real set schedule format, but it is an additional 3 projects that usually revolve around using things that we already have in our stash, with the exception of the Bargain Bead Box, because everybody loves Bargain Bead Box projects. But other than the Bargain Bead Box projects, I really do encourage you to use things that you already have in your stash instead of going out and buying things, maybe giving you the inspiration to look at things in a new creative way. So that's Patreon. Hardwired will be open for enrollment next week. We will talk more about that on Tuesday, but just to let you know, that is coming your way very, very soon if you're interested in that. All right, but today it's Feel Good Friday. It is all about fun and easy instant gratification jewelry. Everything you see in today's show is available for purchase in my Etsy shop. My team is here in the comment section dropping links that will take you directly to those kits in my Etsy shop. However, if you would like to just kind of spend some time in my Etsy shop just roaming around, you will find kits from previous Feel Good Friday shows, as well as finished pieces of jewelry. So take some time, look around, see if there's something there that you like. You might just find a kit that you forgot about that we did in a previous show, and you could still grab it up. So just keep that in mind. But everything we do in our Feel Good Friday shows is easy. We don't do anything that is technically hard here. We focus on our basic skills: basic stringing, which includes crimping, basic knotting, basic wire, which is just wrapped loops and simple loops. So we don't do anything difficult here in our Feel Good Friday show. In fact, we do a lot of stringing here in Feel Good Friday because those are the most popular kits, are the stringing kits. And I'm glad about it because they're beautiful and they are beginner friendly and literally anyone can put them together. So that makes it a really nice little gift option to grab one of these little kits, maybe drop those into a stocking for a potential new maker, or just to grab for yourself to put together some beautiful jewelry that doesn't take a whole lot of brain power, but you still have something absolutely stunning to wear. So that's what we do here on Feel Good Fridays. I'm going to turn you around and we're going to get started. First things first here, though, we have a maker mix. Maker mixes are small batches of beady goodness, things I don't have enough of to create an entire kit out of, but I still want to share with you. So this is the one that we have for the week. This one's called Season's Greetings. It has some beautiful check glass. This is pretty much all check glass, with the exception of some of the metal beads that are in here, but we've got check fire polish, check crackle. There are some rosette beads in here, check flowers, and some check leaves as well in traditional red and green with a pop of gold and some clear, which I think the clear really kind of adds a little something extra to it. So super pretty. I love this one. And I think you guys will love it as well. Very, very pretty, fun to work with. And you get to be the creative one, right? You can come up with whatever you want to. You can turn it into your own fun design. So super cute. All right, moving on to our projects that do have all of the findings. So that's what makes these a little different than the maker mixes. These have all of the materials that you need to create the piece of jewelry. So we're going to start out with the only necklace that I have in the show today, and it is so pretty. This is the Ice Queen necklace, and it has beautiful snowflakes in it. Use some chain for our length here. Lay out our snowflakes. So we're going to do a little necklace featuring some snowflakes, and then look at this yummy teal color. So I've got beautiful teal colored drucks. They're on the metallic side. I'm going to move you guys over a little bit so you can actually see what I'm talking about. All right, then we have some check fire polish that is also in this gorgeous teal, but it has the AB finish to it, so it's got that beautiful rainbow flash. We also have in here some check disc beads that are really cool. These little disc beads, I don't know if you can see those or not. Well, I mean, I hope that you can, obviously. The little disc beads are that beautiful teal color, but they also have a silver flash to them, which just makes them very dimensional. I think they're really cool. I'm trying to grab my jump rings out of this so that everything can be nice and tidy when we go to put everything together. But look how pretty those are. I could do a whole design just in those. I think they're so cute. All right, and then we do have some metal beads as well. Okay. So we are going to string up a necklace here. I'm going to get that started for you. I think the first thing we're going to do, though, is we're going to make our dangle to go with this. So each one of our little snowflakes is attached to some of those little discs. So we're going to do that part together. We're going to wire wrap with a wrapped loop. Two of them have already been done. We're going to do one together. So we're going to take an eye pin. Thank you. I do too. I like the cranberry color. It's a good one for the holidays for sure. All right, so we're going to take the eye pin, open that up. We're going to thread on our snowflake, and then we're going to close that back, and we're going to thread on two of the beautiful little disc beads, and then we're going to do just a wrapped loop on the top. Now you could do a simple loop if you wanted to. I like the wrapped loop. It gives a little extra length to these dangles so they don't feel crowded when we string the rest of the beads together. But I'm gonna bend the wire, and with our round nose pliers we're going up and over, rotate, take the wire over to the other side, and then we are going to wire wrap in that space. Okay, super pretty. Then you're going to come in with your cutter and you're going to trim off the excess. And then if you need to tuck your wire, you can give that a little squeeze. Okay, then you're going to put a little jump ring on the top of that, which also is going to add a little extra length. But the jump ring is what we are actually going to string onto the bead stringing wire. So I'll show you when we get to that point. But let's go ahead and add the jump ring. All right, so that is ready to go. Now we are ready to get our stringing part of this ready. So we're going to take our bead stringing wire and we're going to grab a crimp and a wire guardian. So up through the wire guardian, down through the wire guardian, and then down through our crimp. Shorten that up just a little bit. Okay. We're going to place this into the back notch of the crimper tool. We're going to give that a squeeze, turn it sideways, put that into the front notch of the crimper tool, give that a squeeze. And then I'm going to string on a couple of beads before I cut that off. So in the metal beads, you've got two really small ones. Those go on the very end. So just take one of the little ones, the tiny ones, save the other for the other side, but go ahead and drop that onto your bead stringing wire. And I'm going to thread my, hopefully, my bead stringing wire will go through that one. There we go. Sometimes it's a tight squeeze for your bead stringing wire to go through a second time your smaller beads, but down through that one. And then we're going to do one that's a little larger. This one will be much easier. Drop that on. All right, then I am going to go ahead and trim off the excess. Okay. All right, now I'm going to string up my pattern here. So we're going to do 2 of the little disc beads. Okay, then we're going to do a check fire polish and 2 druck beads. And then a check fire polish. And then 2 more disc beads. So pretty simple little pattern here. Just like that. Very pretty. All right, then we are going to do a metal bead and one of our snowflakes. And hey, there's my kid. Hi, Ari. Ari's homesick, so Ari can be in the chat today. All right, and you're going to do another metal bead. Those metal beads are going to touch each other. That's going to keep that jump ring from sitting on that bead stringing wire. So nice protective little layer of beads right there. All right, and then we're going to do our pattern again. So the 2 disc beads, fire polish, 2 of the druck beads, fire polish, 2 discs, and then we're going to do another of the metal beads with a snowflake. So metal bead, snowflake, metal bead, look how pretty. I love it. I love it. It's simple, but it's beautiful. The color is so nice for winter. Okay, 2 more discs. And then our pattern again. So the check fire polish, the 2 druck beads. Guys, if you like this design, I have the earrings to match. We're going to do those next. They're very, very pretty. And simple. Very simple. Oh, I just dropped one of the disc beads. Darn! They're so small. I caught it before it made it all the way to the floor. It made it to my chair. Thank goodness. All right. Then metal bead. Our last snowflake. Metal bead. And then our pattern one more time, and we'll finish that off with that tiny little metal bead again at the end. All right, so here we are at the end. 2 discs. Okay, we have our metal bead and then our extra small metal bead here. I'm going to go ahead and thread that one on, and then we'll thread on our crimp. But first, let's take a look at what we've got. Look how pretty. It's just beautiful. It's simple. It's sparkly. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so crimp going on. And then our wire guardian. So up through the wire guardian, down through the wire guardian, down through the crimp, and then also down through at least 2 beads if you can. So you can go through metal beads maybe, or I might just give up and cut it off. As Wanda says, snip, snip, done. Wonder where she's at today. I bet she'll show up because we've called her name. All right, so now we're going to place that into the back notch of our crimper tool. Give that a squeeze. Turn it sideways. Put that into the front notch. Give that a squeeze. And then when you trim, you're trimming down away from your crimp so that your wire guardian and your crimp will lay nice and straight. So pretty. All right, now the only thing left to do to this is when you have your kit, you're going to take your chain, cut it to the length that you want, put your hardware on the back, and then a little hardware here in the front. Just a couple of jump rings to attach. And then you are good to go. Beautiful necklace. I think this one would look really beautiful if you decided once you got this kit home to maybe substitute the chain for a really beautiful piece of ribbon. I think that would be really pretty. I always love ribbon because it's so easy. You know, you don't have to fuss with the clasp. You can literally just tie a bow, and it always looks very holiday-ish. All right, so pretty. So there's the necklace, okay? If you like this design and you would like to turn this into a set, we can do that with an earrings kit to match. So I'm going to scoot this up out of the way. All right. Also going to turn on the fan because it's a little warm in here. And we're just going to put together a quick little pair of earrings. So if you'd like to grab the earrings kit to go with this, these are also available in the shop. Super cute. All of the same elements. So we have our snowflake, we have our disc beads, and our druck and our fire polish. So all of the same things here. So we're going to start out adding our eye pin to our snowflake. Close that back. And just like the little dangles in the necklace, we're going to start with just 2 of the little discs. This time, though, I am going to do a simple loop instead of a wrapped loop. So I'm going to grab the wire, give that a bend, come in with my cutter. I'm going to trim, leaving myself about 1/4 of an inch of wire. And then I'm going to use my round nose pliers to grab that and roll back. So we've got a simple loop. I'm going to go ahead and open that simple loop and thread on another eye pin and then close that back. All right. So I organize everything by color, but some of you may organize differently. That was one of the questions, by the way, in the comment section. I'm not just randomly spouting information here. Ruth wanted to know, how do you organize your beads? And I generally organize mine by color. All right, so now I'm going to do a wrapped loop. And then we'll add our ear wire, and these will be done. Again, quick and easy, but a really beautiful little set. Come in with my cutter, trim off, and add our ear wire. These are so cute. And since this isn't like technically Christmas and it's just winter, you could wear this one all through February if you wanted to, you know, all through those cold winter months. Love that. Super, super cute. Both of those available in the Etsy shop for those of you who are interested. Individually, they are beautiful pieces of jewelry. Together, they are also quite fun and make a lovely little set. So either way, I hope that you guys enjoy those. All right, we're going to move on to the next. I'm going to set these over here to the side. All right. Now, let's put together a couple of bracelets. Our first bracelet does have a pair of matching earrings that goes with it. And this is heavy on the red and green, but I just couldn't resist. It's so pretty. So pretty. Look at that. I love the metallic greens. And this one is copper. So if you like copper things, I've got you covered here. I've got a cute little copper teapot for a little charm, little metal bead to go with this one. Also have a little check glass with the moon and stars on it. All right, so let me separate everything out here so I can show you. So we've got some evergreen check fire polish that does have that AB finish. We have some red, a little bit smaller check fire polish. They also have kind of like a little bit of a metallic sheen to them. We have some Druck beads in cream that look like pearls. We also have the metallic green check glass disc beads, which I am obsessed with. They're so pretty. Separate all those out. All right, and then we also have other disc beads, but these are red and they are smaller than our greens here. The disc beads just add really interesting texture to your designs. And then we do have seed beads here. Now, these seed beads are Wanda approved seed beads because they are size 11s, so no worries there. They're not microscopic. And it's just a handful of little copper seed beads. Okay. All right. So now that we have everything laid out, everything separated, we can get into the pattern. So we're going to get our stringing done first, and then we will work on our little dangles. So first things first, our crimp is going on, then our wire guardian. Ari loves the necklace. That's her way of saying, Mom, can I have one? And I usually say, yeah, get one. There's an extra. All right. So back notch of the crimper tool, give that a squeeze, turn it sideways, give that a squeeze. Now this one starts with seed beads, and for time's sake, I'm not going to fight with trying to thread my bead string wire double through the seed beads. It will fit. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not. So I am going to pick up 4 seed beads. That's the first. It's like our entrance. Remember, we talked about your entrance to things, but honestly, when it comes to a bracelet, it's less of an entrance and more of a wonderful opportunity to adjust the size. So if you need a longer bracelet, use all 4 of the seed beads. If you need a shorter bracelet, you can take some of the the seed beads away. All right, now getting into our pattern, we're doing 2 of the smaller disc beads, and we're going to drop those down. So we've got 2 red. Then we're going to do 3 green. So, oh, there she is. And there's 3. Oh, if I could hold on to them. So 3 green. We're going to do 2 more of the red. Okay, we're going to drop that down. All right, now we're going to do a seed bead and a fire polish, the red fire polish. Drop that down. We're going to do another seed bead. And then we're going to do a druck bead. And then a seed bead. And another of the red fire polish. And we're going to drop that down. All right, so that's what we've got so far. Okay, seed bead. And then our little disc pattern again. So we're going to do 2 red. The 3 of the green. Can you be Ari's number 2? Sure, you might have to fight her sister for that spot, but all right, and then a little seed bead. Drop that down. All right, so that's what we've got so far. Now we're going to switch things up just a little, okay? And we're going to do our big green. So the big green check fire polish, dropping that down. Seed bead, druck bead, seed bead. This is the middle of our bracelet, by the way. A green. Excuse me. Seed bead, fire polish. Oh, I'm sorry. Druck. Seed bead, fire polish, seed bead. All right, so that marks the middle of the bracelet. Pretty. It's so classic Christmas, but it, because of the metallics and then the druck bead, that's that soft cream color, it almost has like a vintage kind of Christmas feeling to it. Really, really pretty. All right, so then we're just going to repeat our pattern to finish off the other side. So 2 disc beads in red, 3 in green. This time of year makes me very happy too. The build up to Christmas is my absolute favorite of the year, like full on favorite. I wish that Christmas, that whole Christmas feeling would last. It doesn't, but I think that's what makes it so special. Like if it was Christmas every day, we had that build up every day, we wouldn't feel the same way about it. So, all right, so now we're going to do the fire polish in red, seed bead, druck bead, seed bead, red fire polish. Drop those down. Okay. And then we're going to do our little disc pattern again. So seed bead, 2 red, 3 green, 2 red, Drop that down. All right, and then we're going to finish that with the 4 seed beads. But that's not it, because you guys know I have to have dangles for things. So I did a little extra on the dangles with this one. You don't have to use all of them. You don't have to use any of them. But I couldn't just do a pretty bracelet. I had to add the extra things. So let's crimp, and then let's add the extras. So up through, and then down through. We're going to pull. Take yours down through a couple of seed beads and then trim. I'm not going to, just for time's sake and fighting with seed beads. So I'm going to go ahead and crimp, and then I'm just going to trim off the excess. All right. So for all of our dangly good parts here, we've got a little teapot, a little copper teapot. We've got a little flower we need to wire wrap, and we have our little bead with this, with the moon and stars on it. So first thing we're going to do is the wire wrapping, which I've already done this guy, but I'm going to do this one. So I'm just going to do a little wrapped loop here. Up and over, rotate, take the wire over to the other side, and then we're going to come in with our cutter. Oh, Jan's already done with our holiday buying. I wish I was. I haven't even started yet. Somebody in the chat, whose name I will not name, who happens to be homesick today, has not given me her Christmas list yet. So it's a little difficult to do the Christmas shopping when I'm not quite sure what I'm shopping for just yet. Or I would already be almost done. All right, so I have all of my little dangles here, and I have a bunch of not seed beads, but jump rings to use. And you can use all of them. You can use some of them. It's whatever you need to make this bracelet the size that you need. I'm going to take one jump ring. I'm going to thread that on to the end of my bracelet, and then I'm also putting a jump ring on my clasp. So there's 2 jump rings here. On this side, and then I'm going to do just one on the other side, and then I've got these other jump rings that I can add my dangles with or add them for the length. So just kind of use them however you feel like you need to. Okay. All right, so my teapot's already got a little jump ring on it. I'm going to open that jump ring up and attach it. To the jump ring over here on my bracelet. And then I'm going to do the same thing with my little flower. And you can put these wherever you want to. I'm putting them at the end of the bracelet, but you could literally pop those on anywhere you wanted to, or nowhere at all, because I know some of you don't do the dangles because they can be kind of frustrating if you sit at a desk, you know, if you have to type all day. I'm going to attach that one to the wire guardian. There you go. So cute. I love the little teapot. It makes me so, so happy. So there you go. There's our little vintage feeling Christmas bracelet of the day. Now, this one also has a pair of earrings. So if you want to do a matching set, I have a pair of earrings in the shop that goes with this, or just buy them individually, because individually they're beautiful as well. So I'm going to set the bracelet over here to the side, and I'm going to show you these quick and easy earrings. Super, super quick and easy. All right, so the earrings are the beautiful coin bead with the moon and stars, a little bead cap, a druck bead, and the discs. So you can see how easy these are to put together, and they match perfectly. Monica says, I have all adult boys. They just want me to cook food. I can appreciate that. I can understand that. I also have an adult boy who just wants all the food. He's not going to be here though. He's going to be in Texas for Thanksgiving, and he asked if there were going to be leftovers by the time he came back. I said, well, I guess that just depends on how soon you come back. No promises. You better be here for Christmas. So, all right, bending the wire. Round nose pliers, up and over, rotate, take the wire over to the other side. Now this wire is pretty short. So you may be able to do your wire wraps and then not even have to cut any of this off. If you don't want to struggle with wire wrapped loops with a short little wire, you could just do a simple loop on this and I think it would be just fine. Right, and then you're just going to add your ear wire. These are super simple, very cute, and it just makes the set. Oh no, I broke my, what? That is a first. I've never had that happen. What? All right, well, we'll just have to get ourselves a new ear wire. That was weird. I've not ever had that happen with those ear wires before. Huh. So, at least we have one ready. I need to stop with the Hulk hands, right? I gotta be gentle. My goodness. But look how cute. Such a sweet little set. Love that. Love, love, love. All right. Setting this one to the side, and we are moving on to the next. We're not stopping. We're not stopping. We've still got some more to go. I've got one more bracelet and 2 more pairs of earrings to show you guys. Now, I'm gonna do an earrings first. Then I'll do a bracelet, and then I'll do the last pair of earrings. Reason being, because these don't necessarily match each other, but they still have the same kind of feeling. So if you like teapots, but maybe copper's not your thing, check these out. So these are cute little teapots in red and green. So it's the same green check fire polish beads that were in the bracelet. The difference is that these are all in silver instead of the copper. So a little bit different, but still kind of the same feeling. These have a little bellflower and the little pops of red. So we're going to put these together real quick. So I'm going to take my head pin. I'm going to thread on my bellflower. And then I'm going to thread a bead cap on top of that, and then a little check fire polish in red. We're going to do a little wrapped loop. Bend the wire. Oh my gosh, Jan, I would love to know how to make homemade vanilla extract. That's amazing. I've heard that there's nothing like it. Like store-bought, if once you've had homemade vanilla extract, that you will never go back to store-bought again. So doing my little wrapped loop here. Thanks. It's not really intentional. I don't try to intentionally color coordinate, but it does work out that way a lot of the time. So all right. So I've got my little wrapped loop on my little bellflower. That's going to be my dangle. I'm going to open up an eye pin, add my little dangle, close that back. All right, then I'm going to thread on my teapot. So the bottom of the teapot goes on first. Then you thread on your check fire polish. Then you're going to do the top of the teapot, and then your red check fire polish, and then you can do a wrapped loop or a simple loop. I'm going to do a wrapped loop to finish these off. So bend the wire. Round nose pliers are coming in, up and oops, oh my goodness. Up and over. Rotate, take the wire over to the other side. And wire wrap. Okay, and then you're going to trim off the excess and add your ear wire, and these are done. These are so cute. They're so sweet. Cute little hostess gift if you are going to somebody else's house for some holiday fun and you need to take a little something something. These are adorable. You could hang these on like a little ribbon up against like a bottle of wine or whatever it is that you're taking. You could attach these to the top of another little present. They're just so cute. I love them. Adorable. Little teapots. So stinking cute. All right. Moving on to the next. We've got one more bracelet and then another pair of earrings to show you guys. The bracelet is in another of those colors that I absolutely love, right? It's that same kind of tealy turquoise. This one is lighter. Also involving snowflakes, some little iridescent flowers. Look how pretty. All right, so let's separate this one out. We've got our check fire polish in 2 different sizes. So we have our 6mm check fire polish, and then we have some little 4mm. 2 of the little 4mm we're going to set to the side to wire wrap. Mine are already wire wrapped. We'll wire wrap our lily bead too when we get to that point. But all right, and then we have metal beads here. And again, we have 2 that are a bit smaller than the rest of those. Those will, in fact, go on the ends. Okay. All right, so let's do our wire wrapping first. So as I mentioned, 2 of your smaller 4mm check fire polish, you're going to put those onto head pins and wire wrap those. And then you're going to do the same thing with your lily bead. So we're going to thread that on to a head pin. And we're going to do a wrapped loop. All right. Okay, and then you're going to come in with your cutter tool and trim off any of the excess. Okay, and you're going to set those over to the side. We're going to put these on jump rings because we're going to string these onto our project. So to do that, grab jump ring here. We're going to thread our lily bead on and our 2 little dangles. Just like so. And then we're going to close that back. And then we're going to add this to another jump ring. Just again, to add a little bit of length so that when we thread this on, it's not hanging so close to all of the other beads. Okay. And then you want to be sure that you put a jump ring on your snowflake as well. Okay. All right. Now we're ready to string. Let's do it. So first things first, get our crimp together. So crimp, wire guardian. I think so too, Carol. They're very pretty. They have that beautiful little iridescence to them. It makes them look like they're bitten with frost, which is the name of this bracelet, by the way, Frostbite. But that was the goal, right? That was the goal, was to make it seem that they had been bitten by a little frost, and I think I succeeded. I thought they were a good choice. All right, we're going to crimp. That was a terrible crimp. Oh my goodness. I'm almost ashamed. All right. Nobody look at that crimp. We're going to thread on some beads. We're going to pretend like that did not happen. So we're going to thread on one of the smaller metal beads, and we're going to drop that down, and we're going to put our bead stringing wire through that one. And then I'm going to go ahead and trim off. It's one of those days, isn't it? All right, so now we are going to, once we've thread on the first little small bead, we're going to thread on Check Fire Polish, metal bead. Okay, we're going to drop that down. Then we're going to thread on a small fire polish, a large fire polish, a flower, the large fire polish, the small, and a metal to separate them, because we're going to do another one. So small, large, flower, I love Wanda's comment. That's funny. It will be a really bad day if we ever see Sarah flatten a crimp. We will know she's been kidnapped, and that is a cry for help. Facts. 100% facts. All right. Okay, now we're going to do, so we've done 2 of those little sections. We're going to do 2 metal beads. Drop those down. Then we're going to thread on our snowflake. So the jump ring on the snowflake, and then 2 more metal beads. And just like with our previous project with the snowflakes, the metal beads are going to touch each other, so that jump ring does not touch the bead stringing wire. Okay. That marks the middle of the bracelet. All right, so we're going to change our pattern up a little bit. We're going to do small fire polish, large. Thank you, Mary. I love this time of year because of the color palettes. Small. Okay, then we're going to do another little dangle. So we're going to do metal. Then we're going to thread on our jump ring with our lily. Hold on a second. How did that end up like that? There we go. And then another metal. Okay. So pretty. All right, then we're going to do 2 large check fire polish. So I just kind of mixing the pattern up a little bit, you know, just kind of doing a little different. 2 seed, or not seed beads, but metal beads. 2 of the big fire polish. 2. Agreed. Mary said they're ageless. Anyone can wear them. That's what I always kind of try to go for. So I feel like if I approve, right, and then Ari also approves, that just goes to show that, like, yes, I'm doing a pretty good job of not trying to create jewelry that excludes anybody. You know, Ari would wear these bracelets. She loved that snowflake necklace at the beginning. And that's what I go for, because that's like the most classic pieces of jewelry anybody can wear. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can wear a simple pearl necklace. It doesn't matter how old you are. You could be 5 years old. You could be 50. You could be 100. And pearls look perfect on anybody. And I try very hard with my jewelry designs to kind of have that same versatility age-wise, because it is so hard to reach our younger beaders out there. And I don't want to exclude them by making pieces that feel too old for them. So I really I strive for that when possible. It looks like I may have used my smaller metal bead somewhere else. That's okay. I'm not worried about it. I'm still going to finish with a metal bead. It's because I wasn't paying any attention. But I finished off. So I did 2 fire polish, 2 metal, 2 fire polish, 2 metal. And then again, like we did right here, small, large, small, and then finish with the metal. And we're going to crimp. And this one will be done I love, love, love the frosty colors of winter, the teals, the turquoises, the soft sapphire blues, the clears with the AB finish. Those are some of my absolute favorites to work with. And you guys will probably see more of that throughout this season because I really do love them. And I feel like the blues look so good on all skin tones. And the greens as well, because I think this one technically qualifies as green. I don't know. I think it's blue, but it's green in the color wheel. It's turquoise. Turquoise is blue-green. So, all right, we're going to trim. And then we're going to add our hardware, and this one is done. You can take your bead string and wire through a bead or two before you trim it off. I didn't. Thank you, Danette. All right. And then this one is complete. Look how pretty. Oh my goodness. I love it. I love it. I love it. Feel free to leave the dangles off. That's always true. Like I also try to design that way as well, so that even if you leave the designs or the dangles off of something, you still have a beautiful piece of jewelry. You do. Because not everybody does the dangles. They can be a pain in the butt if you sit at a computer with your wrist down all day long and you type, or if you have to write all day and you've got your wrist down, the dangles can drive you absolutely crazy. So I always try to put things together in a way that if you need to leave those off, it's still going to be pretty no matter what. You can save them for something else. You can, you can throw them in your extras pile, whatever. But I do love a good dangle. Do love a good dangle on things. All right, I've got one more piece of jewelry to show you guys, and then we are done. So I've got a quick little pair of earrings for those of you who love purple. And I know we've all been feeling the purple because of the November bargain bead box. So this is kind of inspired by the November bargain bead box. So these are my little winter plum earrings. I've got a little fancy little crystal that's clear with the AB finish, and then some purple beads, a little crystal spacer that's got that AB flash to it. So pretty. So pretty. So we're going to put these together real quick. We're going to take one of the English cut crystals, and we're going to do a wrap sleeve on that. Up and over, rotate, take the wire over, and then wire wrap in that space. Tidy that up a little bit. Come in and trim off the excess. Okay, then we're going to thread on an eye pin. These are super easy, but they're so pretty. Earrings don't have to be complicated. And I feel like sometimes with kits, when it comes to earrings, I have a tendency to overthink it and like try to make them something more than they need to be. Quite honestly, they don't need to be. Just stack up some beautiful beads. So if you're feeling that way too about your earrings designs, listen, just stack up some gorgeous things. There's a druck, there's a bellflower, there's a spacer, there's another bellflower, and another druck bead. Call it a day. That's beautiful. It's regal, it's royal, it's frosty. It's so pretty. And it doesn't just have to be a wintertime pair of earrings. You could wear these anytime you wanted to. Oh my gosh. What's going on with me today? Extra strength today. I don't know. I need to be careful. Tidy that up. Add your ear wire, and these are done. What shape is the bottom bead? I believe it is English cut. It's a very cool little faceted bead. All right, adding our ear wire, and these are done. Carol says, hey, these are cool, right? They're so pretty. They're sparkly, They're kind of princessy, dare I say. I don't know. I just think that they're a really interesting shape. The combination of all of the beads, the facets and the rounds, and then the flute of those bellflowers. There's just something about them that I think is pretty cool. So hope you enjoyed this. I made these, let's see, on Wednesday. This was the last thing I made on Wednesday night, and it was about midnight. So this was literally one of the last things I did before I walked out of the office for the day. And I just couldn't resist. I had already done everything else, and I was like, I don't really need another pair of earrings for the show, but I just couldn't help myself. So there you go. All right. I'm going to turn you guys around. We're going to do a quick run through of everything that has been in the show today. And then I'm going to let you guys go so that you can enjoy the rest of your Friday. I am about to take Ari to the doctor. Blah. And then I got to run some errands. I got to go get those throwaway aluminum baking pans. I got to get a couple of those. What else do I need? I got to get those. I got to get some Tupperware because my Tupperware keeps disappearing. Does anybody else buy Tupperware right before the holidays? Because through the rest of the year, you lose so many of them. Like you'll have all the tops, but none of the bottoms. Like you have all the lids, but they don't fit anything. What's happened to your Tupperware? That's me. So I've got to go stock up on some Tupperware. Got to get that taken care of before people start showing up with things that need Tupperware I have leftovers. So I got to go do that today. Here's our necklace. Seems like I'm always buying new Tupperware right before Thanksgiving. So there is the beautiful Snow Queen necklace with those, or Ice Queen, I think is what I called this one. I don't know. But the beautiful snowflakes on it. Loved that. And then if you wanted to turn it into a cute little set, because some of us like matchy-matchy, I did make some little earrings to go with it, or the earrings are great all by themselves. Super pretty little set, or not, right? And then we had our very vintage feeling little Christmas tea bracelet. It's got a little teapot with it, which I'm obsessed with that little teapot. I love tiny things. So charms that are little tiny things that are not flowers, but like little teapots, little cups, little things like that. I love those things. So yeah, there's our bracelet. And then this one also had a pair of earrings. If you wanted to do a little matchy-matchy, you absolutely could. Super cute. And then I had other teapots. Look how cute. Little Christmas teapots in red and green with the little flower on the bottom. You could leave the dangle off the bottom if you wanted to. If you just wanted the teapot without the flower hanging from it, they would still be super cute. All right, and then the bracelet that we just did a second ago, which was our Frostbite bracelet in this beautiful minty turquoise color, or yeah, minty turquoise. I mean, I don't really know what else to call it. And last but not least, were our beautiful little purple. Those are so pretty, and they're just the right amount of sparkle. Love those so, so much. All right, friends, there you go. There you go. So, we've got another Feel Good Friday in the books. So, I appreciate all of you for joining me. Thanks for letting me be a part of your beadie journey and a part of your afternoon. It was very festive. Wanda, I agree. Very festive indeed. All right. So I'm going to be heading out to go run some errands and take care of my sick kiddo. But I will be back with you guys on Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Don't forget to set your reminders for that. We'll be working with the November companion bundle for Bargain Bead Box. That's the plan for next Tuesday. Okay. So we're still getting together at least once next week. So you will be seeing me early on in the week, but maybe not later on in the week. I don't know. I'm going to still do a Friday because it's the last Friday of the month. I'll still be doing a showcase on Friday, but don't know about the Feel Good Friday show. So I'll keep you posted, though. I'll let you go. Okay. I'll let you go. I'll let you go and I'll let you know. That's what I was trying to say. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon. Thank you all to everybody who's made purchases. Thanks to my team who is working so hard here as always. I appreciate you guys so, so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Mwah. Bye, guys.